One Battle After Another is the latest movie from director Paul Thomas Anderson. And this movie has been getting a considerable amount of hype right now. I mean, people are calling this like best movie of the year, a movie that is of our time, our generation, saying like this is an all-time masterpiece. And hot take, I don't buy that. I did not really get the deal with this movie. I don't make it sound like I didn't like it. I did, but I generally don't get all this insane hype. Like, I thought this was a good movie. There's certainly a lot to appreciate about it. Like, for one, the acting is top notch for everyone. Everyone's giving a good performance, if not great. Similar stuff I really like. The score from Johnny Greenwood is excellent. Cinematography is very similar to Paul Thomas Anderson's last movie, Licorice Pizza, which I honestly really thought the cinematography was excellent in that. And here it is also really great. Some great stunt work. Honestly, just it is a really well made movie. I just think the script is freaking weak. And okay, to be more specific with it, I think the characters are weak. The character work, I think, is some of the worst Paul Thomas Anderson has done. And to be honest, for a lesser filmmaker, this would probably be the best character work they've probably ever done. But I expect more from Paul Thomas Anderson. I mean, The Master and There Will Be Blood have some of the most interesting characters I think on screen, like ever. And I think, those are characters who I constantly think about. I'm not going to think about these characters ever again, probably. I mean, I might think about Sean Penn's character, but other than that, the rest of them are not forgettable, but just serviceable. They do what's needed for the script. They keep it going. They're very likable. They have good dialogue, but you never really go further than that. And I find that to be a problem. I don't know. I think that's also, yeah, the script is definitely, for me, the film's biggest problem. And I would say this feels like a mismatch of all of PTA's movies. This feels like if you took the lucid fever dream aspects of Inherent Vice, the the bizarre characters from Boogie Nights, and if you took the gritty crime drama aspects of Heart 8, and then at some point Paul Thomas Anderson just went to the Coen Brothers and asked, hey, I don't like the dialogue, it's just not working for my movie. Could you kind of spice it up? That's what this feels like. It's a very odd viewing experience. And I can't say I hated it, but I was disappointed. I wanted more of this. This should have been great, but it was just okay. Like, I guess am I being fair? Some of the more interesting characters are probably John Taylor, and as I said, Sean Penn. Sean Penn very much plays this sociopathic, socially awkward, just very disturbed character who I feel like could be seen as one of the best performances of the year or one of the worst. Because I see people just hating this character every time, like, not just the character, just the performance is so odd and awkward and at times cringy, which I think is intentional, and I was interested in this character. Definitely this character who I feel like wants to be respected, but is almost held back by a lot of his vices. Very much reminded me a bit of Claude Frollo. And John Taylor's characters probably could have been really interesting, but I don't think the script does her a lot of favors. Certainly, this odd character of a mother who's kind of doesn't want to be doesn't really be a mother. I mean, that's nothing new, really, but I do wish we kind of could explore her more. Like, it's a little bit, I'd say, like Mahershala Ali's character in Moonlight. Like, what we are given is pretty decent and good, but you are like, wait, that's it? Like, I would say those are probably going to be the two standout characters. Not performances, but characters. As for themes, I don't know there's a lot of themes in this movie, but I think this is a very socially relevant movie. This does talk about issues like military deployment in cities. Honestly, the I would say very disturbing harassment of immigrants, and honestly I would say, very in the rise of political violence in America. Like, this is very much a 2025 movie. This is a perfect reflection of this year, and I say it's kind of surprising since this movie, I think, when started being ran in like 2020. So I applaud Paul Thomas Anderson for bizarrely, weirdly predicting this future that we're living in. But yeah, this movie is very good. A very solid movie. I don't think it's great, but I can understand how people think it is. There's a lot to admire with it. I'd say not maybe the best film of the year, but easily top 5.